Family over God. Why does it seem like we as parents place our kids above God sometimes? I've read that sometimes parents worry so much about building a relationship with their child that they fail to be that authority figure that child needs. Ephesians 6:4 says this: "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment, with a promise, so that is may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on the earth." I read in some households that some parents rather not deal with issues that their child is going through in fear of hurting their relationship with the child in the long run, which doesn't make sense to me. Now, I'm not speaking of this from lack of experience. I'm actually speaking about this because sometimes it happens in our own home. When I was younger, I was raised by some old school parenting by my parents, which I believe society needs to return back to. See, my parents held me to my actions. They held me accountable to the things that I did. And I think we need to return to that so we can raise children that can be respectful and disciplined. They taught me that I either work for my punishment or I would get the belt. My parents loved me, but they also made sure that I grew up with biblical values. That type of parenting actually shaped me into who I am today. It made me appreciate the things that I have in my life. But in today's society, the climate that I'm seeing today, we're moving further and further away from that, which means that this world is actually moving further and further away from God. Now, I'm not saying that family isn't important. Family is extremely important. God makes that perfectly clear, but we have to also understand that God comes before the family. If you look in Luke 14:26, it says, "If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother, wife and children, brother and sister, yes, even his own life, he cannot be my disciple." Well, some may see that and may think that, well, that's kind of harsh. But we have to understand what God is saying here. If we put things in the proper alignment, everything will fall into place. There are many cases in scripture where it tells us the negative effects when we decide to place our children above God. If you look in 1 Samuel 8:1-5, Malachi 2:15, Leviticus 10, and Deuteronomy 6:6-9, those are there on purpose. God is trying to make it clear to us that He comes first and not our family. God will bless our family if we place Him above it and we instill His biblical values, His truth into our family, that He becomes the foundation. He becomes the rock, the glue that holds us together. As parents, we must trust God always. We must place His will, His teaching above our own. Doing so, is it going to be easy? No, it's not. But with faith, trust, and prayer, God will always provide. Remember, God, family, everything else.